Good freaking riddance.
Vaguely Somali.
Migrants off the road.
Then fire her! Okay, so let's go into the next story. Omar Fateh, think that's how you say it, is running for Minneapolis mayor to raise the minimum wage by over $4 over a few years. He wants to freeze rent in Minneapolis, and he wants to, quote, Trump-proof the city. And as this also, just to mention, he looks very dysgenic. I don't, that's not part of the news, but he looks particularly dysgenic.
He looks like a villain from...
I mean, yeah, dude, he does. He looks like one of the pirates from Captain Phillips.
I would dare say that he looks vaguely Somali.
Like, it's like if you took Megamind into the Somali filter, right? And like half of his brain turned into Afro.
All of them look like already, though. That's like what all Somalis already look like. So like they mega-minded somebody who already looks like Megamind.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, but I think the point that Texan made before we got on the air was essentially that we're having this pivot in the Democrat Party, and since they've realized the moderate brand is completely dying, it's completely, people see through it. They tried to pretend Kamala Harris was moderate, but they just can't pretend. It's easier for them to be authentic, and authentically they are socialists. And it's being socialist and being third world kind of come in hand. So you're going to see a lot more candidates like this from the Democrat Party. You're going to see candidates that were not born in the U.S. or are second generation immigrants born to people that came over from a third world country, and they want to implement socialist policies from, the formerly USSR allied Africa, from Asian communist countries. And instead of being people that hate the country that they came from, kind of like some of the Vietnamese refugees that we got and other people, they're actually in love with whatever they came from, like Zoran and his parents. And so gas would go down, but you could also
unironically, people like to say, oh my god, you blame everything on immigrants, but like, I'm sorry, if you remove 12 million illegal aliens from this country, you would in fact see pretty much every aspect of life improve. Housing prices go down, traffic goes down, hospital wait times go down.
I mean, look at Los Angeles now with all the migrants off the road. You know, there's like these videos of like, it looks like Milwaukee level traffic in Los Angeles, which is fucking unheard of. You know.
Yeah. I just want to bring up those are all valid points, and I love us always talking about immigration deportations. It's the #1 issue. I do just want to say, there have been plans to try and pump gas from Texas to California, and they've been rejected by California's Congress. It's really bad, guys. It's really bad.
By the way, crap, as I feel that it was a distraction to other stuff, but I'm mad that he won't fire Bondi for her handling of it, and that's part of it.
I mean, Bondi's not going anywhere.
How can you defend her for this? Like, you can defend Trump and say, okay, this is Pam Bondi's F up, that's one thing. Then fire her! Why is she still here? Why? She fucked this up so massively that pissed a lot of people off.
My only guess would be that he doesn't want to fire Bondi so as to not get negative media traction, because like that's the only thing I can figure.
All right. Cole Langdon for 10. Trump's loyalty test BS shows the fact he doesn't give a rip about anyone who voted for him. He's too busy being a warmonger and Israeli. Okay, guys. Listen, I'm not denying that Trump's message has been terrible, but the thing is, he usually listens to base. This is the one issue that he's not, which there are actually some signs he might be, but the point is, I know people are frustrated, but this idea to push for a third party that's never going to happen, that's unrealistic. I understand people are frustrated, I am too, but it's just stupid that we're even talking about this. There's no reason to post this. In theory, Trump has played 7D chess to get Democrats to yell release of files. After being silent on them, he then releases them and shock them. that's not the reason here.
Would you guys say like this is like the first big definitive L of the Trump administration, or would you say there's been more?
I mean, like, okay, I think the war in Ukraine and Russia, that's getting a little bit sketchy, but that's not really Trump's fault.
I think Trump's also, well, I think he's realized that the war is just not going to end with truce.
Yeah,
like that part's done. There's not going to be a ceasefire. There's not going to be a truce between Russia and Ukraine. Neither side wants to. I mean, neither side's willing to come to the table because they want completely different things, and not only. I mean, they want to also, basically assassinate one another. But that's beside the point.
all right, here.
Helping the economy in many ways. All of this huge, good economic news releases. We get all this stuff. Economy's doing great. Now it looks like China and Trump are going to get to an agreement where China is going to start giving the death penalty to fentanyl distributors. We're getting all this good news. So what happens right after all this good news starts coming out? Where's the list? Where's the list? The media brings it up. Where's the list? We need the list. You campaigned on the list. Where's the list? Isn't that quite interesting? That's all I'm saying. And all I'm saying is a lot of people in the conservative movement are falling for it.
There is a lot of very interesting things, and I want to point out to you guys while you're like continuing talking about this. Gavin Newsom has come out on your side. Kevin Spacey has come out on your side. Zoran Mamdani is now using this issue as a cudgel against Trump. So regardless of what you think about it,
Cheryl in New Jersey is running a single-issue campaign now on the files.
So as terrible as it's been handled, everything else, remember what your enemies are using and what they want to do to you, and what they're using this as an excuse to do horrible things to you. Just remember that. People that win in purple districts or win red seats in blue states that feel somehow entitled to behave like this. So people were excusing Fitzpatrick's like sheepish, childish, woman-like behavior on the House floor by saying, "Oh, we don't get it. He like lives in like a blue constituency. He outruns the president. Blah blah blah." Like as if every single time we have one of these seats, it's as if, well, we can't remove the moderate because they're just irreplaceable, man. And that's usually the excuse for like every single one of these. And I'm not saying that every single version of that argument's invalid, but it's just repeated over and over again for every single person in this situation. It's kind of like a blanket statement. If they're in California, if they're in New York, if they're in a blue part of Pennsylvania, if they're in Georgia, if they're in Florida, oh no, you can't complain about the moderate. I guess I'm just getting kind of tired of that.
Bear's career ending. Yeah, it's over. W's and champs.
Good freaking riddance.
Listen, him and what's another like shitty show? The View.
John Oliver.
Yeah, John Oliver.
Jon Stewart, Samantha Bee.
All
these late night hacks.
These people.
The only one who's okay is Conan O'Brien. Pretty much the rest of them suck.
I mean, like, guys, let's be honest here. These idiots cause mental illness crisis in this country. You think I'm kidding? These people for 10 years, every single day were bashing Trump, every single day, every segment. It was always Orange Man bad. I guarantee you that the rise of these shitty shows, they caused the mental illness crisis, part of it at least. A lot of it's drugs and stuff, but would you really be surprised if it turns out, oh yeah, the reason that the mental illness got so bad is these hacks been saying for 10 years, oh, Trump is bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. I don't know, I think so, but I'm actually curious now. Somebody should do a study on that, but...
Good. I mean, Josh Call is probably the best, and he underperformed Evers by like 2 to 3 in 2022, and he barely won in 2018. I underperformed that year too against, you know who he won against that year? Brad Schimmel, yeah. And also you got Sarah Godlewski, who sucks as a candidate. She's very unlikable. And we also, according to Princess Rider the other day, you know who else is potentially going to run for the Democrats? Barnes. He's going to be back.
Please.
Oh yeah.
I think Ben Wickler is
You're
also.
gonna be ready for another fall.
Ben Wickler is a potential
You're gonna be ready for another fall of my dad was a teacher and my mom worked there. No, my mom was a teacher.
That's 10 times worse now. Because that is even more insufferable because it's post 2024. So you know it's really important.
Yeah.